Hi everyone, I'm Arier, and this is going to be a bit of a different video than usual because I am sure I'm going to get rage and hate for this. Which is better, Destiny or Overwatch? Before we get into the Rage Fest, which I will probably earn, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you can, support me on Patreon. The links to all of that are right down below. First up we have Overwatch. The game is the PvP equivalent of Team Fortress. It's a Blizzard game, so of course it's basically a newer, revamped update with, well, more characters, and arguably it's a really amazing PvP game. It has a lot of options, it has interesting maps, and dynamic interactions. Now, one of the things about it is that it's not your traditional shoot-'em-up game, because it's not just point, click, die. All the different classes have different interactions and how they fight. Some are strictly support. Mercy, for example, is an absolute shit fighter, but she is an amazing healer. Lucio is a DJ, and he runs around on skates. He can wall run, which is completely fun, but almost never useful for some reason. And the support class is a very viable and very useful and necessary part of the game, because this is a team game. You are supposed to play with other people and support them, and maybe just give up a kill to help your team win the objective. And that's one of the things about this game. The only time it's a straight kill the enemy is skirmishing when you're waiting for a match. Every match has an objective and you have to complete it. You have to work together or you will be shut down. That makes this an amazing PvP game. Now, on the other side, there's Destiny, which is also a PvP game. There's very high level play, but unlike Overwatch, which is team-based, this is team-based only if you squint really hard, then turn around and look at a picture of Overwatch instead. Because Destiny is your traditional Halo-inspired shooter, which, to be fair, it's from Bungie, who made Halo, so that actually makes complete sense right there. In their PvP matches alone, you can go in there, and if you are a good player, you don't need a team. You can dominate the enemy with either a shotgun or a sniper rifle and just getting headshots continuously. If you're good enough to do that, you don't need a team. Support doesn't exist in Destiny, except as maybe a nod. And when I say nod, you can't really see it because my face is going to be in the video, but I'm doing the entire air quotes thing because, let's be honest, there's no support in Destiny. You either win or you shoot the enemy first. There's really nothing else there. That's all there is. But Destiny has more to it than just PvP. It has the PvE sections. It has raids, it has strikes, it has missions. It finally has a story, which, to be fair, took a year to get. Because God knows that first year was completely devoid of actual storytelling. It had stuff outside the game, like Overwatch has stuff outside the game. Neither game was good in their first year when it came to storytelling. Overwatch is still in its first year, and Destiny has, thank God, moved on to actually telling a story. You can tell I'm a little hung up on that first year lack of story. Just a bit. But now that they've tried to do that, it actually works out well. It's an engaging story. It involves missions that actually have interesting little locations and changes. They're starting to hide exotic items in the game. And even just speaking of exotics, Destiny is a game of building. You are increasing your character, you're gathering more items, you're learning how to use different abilities, you're making your guns better, you're finding new weapons, new armors, new looks, and you have social interactions. In Overwatch, you can form a party with people you know, but you don't really ever get into a point where you need to do anything. It's just PvP, which isn't bad, but it makes the games very different. So when it comes down to it, in strict PvP terms, if you want a game that is very much a team game, Overwatch is better. If you want a PvP experience that is very much the high-end shooter with just incredible precision, Destiny can deliver that. But they don't overlap because they have different abilities. Now, the one thing I would say is Destiny has the advantage of PvP because, sorry, not PvP, PvE. Raids force you into a level of cooperation and teamwork and, honestly, frustration that builds and builds for literally hours until you finally succeed, and then there's this sense of elation that you don't really get in many PvP matches in Overwatch. You might have a clutch game, but you never have anything that you have to put so many hours into. A match might be 10 minutes, and win or lose, it's going to be over soon. In Overwatch, that's great because it's a casual player's dream, and if you're a very competitive player, that also has that at the higher levels in the different seasons of competitive play. It's just, they're so different, you can't really compare them. But in what they specialize in, they are both the best. In strict team-based PvP, Overwatch delivers the best experience for both competitive and in casual because of the matchmaking system. But if you want a traditional shooter, Destiny is by far the best at it. Sure, there's some bells and whistles and abilities thrown in, but they're more or less just different looks on the same old grenade rocket launcher combos. And that's fun, and I enjoy it myself, and I will always stand by it. But I will also stand by Overwatch in a team PvP match. It's just more fun. But in terms of PvE, Destiny has that, and Overwatch doesn't, and that edges it out just a bit. So you can't really compare it though, because that isn't what Overwatch does. So is Overwatch better than Destiny? In terms of team combat, yeah, because there is team combat. In Destiny, there's a nod and not much else. So you're more or less on your own, even when you're in a team. A team setting in Destiny is distracting the enemy while you shoot them and then switching off. In Overwatch, there's just so much more to it. There's the different support classes, the tanks. You can do artillery barrages from Junkrat, or just do stupid shit with Junkrat. And in Destiny, you can self-res, you can throw down hammers of flaming awesomeness, you can do the fucking Bladedancer. The one thing I will say, Genji and Bladedancers, they are the exact same level of bullshit in both games. For that alone, they both suck. Unless you're not playing, in which case, honestly, they're both great games. It just depends on what you look at. If you want something for just that emotional moment, that point where you feel like you've truly accomplished something, you're going to find that in a raid, or in a really difficult strike, or in just that moment where you first get to the lighthouse in Destiny. Those are moments you can find, because they are top-level play that is incredibly difficult and hard, and you're not going to do it often, especially early on. But you can build up to it, and you get better. There's a sense of progression. Where in Overwatch, you have what you have, and if you're progressing, it's because you're just getting a little better at using a character. They're just too different to compare. But in what they do, team gameplay, Overwatch. General PvP, specifically the old-fashioned Bungie kind, well, yeah, Bungie delivered exactly that, and it's good. And for PvE content, which Overwatch doesn't have, but I've heard rumors they might be involved someday. Right now, Destiny has it beat. God help me though, if they come out with a PvE section in Overwatch, I will play the hell out of that just to see what the hell it's like. And I will look forward to it. But for now, that's only a rumor. Well, all the same, hope you guys help, or hope you guys enjoyed, hope it helps if you have any questions. And come on, tell me what you think. Do you agree with this? Just leave a comment down below. And if you can, leave a like and comment. And subscribe. And if you can, don't forget to hit me up on Patreon. Or Patreon. Yeah, I'm going to say it right this time. Thanks again for watching. Later.